Hello and welcome to Plan B Terraform. There is a demo available right now for free on Steam before the release of the game, and we are absolutely going to check it out. I have not loaded up the game yet, but with anything Mars related, you know I'm gonna be there. We gotta terraform Mars, or I guess a new planet, let's be real, it's gonna be Mars, and get a huge population on it starting from basically a red rock. So we're going to learn this game together. We'll see. I've played some other games like Ad Astra Per Aspera that was a little bit too slow for the channel. I wish I had realized that sooner. I would have edited it down sooner to get more people on board. But also with like terraformers and stuff, I want to play more of that game, but I have a game-breaking bug right now where it just hasn't been able to work for the last 3 months, ever since the new update. So I can't even make content on that new stuff. Anyways, but we're here with Plan B Terraform, the demo. You can go and try it now. And you know, it looks decently like stuff. Move my mouse around, right mouse button, okay. Pan out, do some stuff, lovely, lovely. Select Iron Mine with the left mouse. So where? Okay. Well, this is a very hard scroll. But like, this is fluorite. Okay, I'm trying to like get like a moderate height. Aluminum, iron is red. Okay, we found it. Lovely. And yeah, so we're going to try mining here, setting up cities. This is an interesting logistics game, I think, where you're going to be mining, creating, and producing, and then supplying like city nodes that will naturally and organically grow. So it becomes like a logistics game as well as a terraforming one. So build an extractor. So I'm assuming an industry, extractor, factory, assembly plant. Okay. I'll build 2. Watch me do it. Build a depot. Place it on the ground next to the extractor. Transport depot. You think that can get from both? Change depot stockpile type to iron. Please gather iron. Ah, look at that. We've created one that can grab 2. Build a factory and place it next to the depot. That way we don't have to do a bunch of things. What's this times 4? You think I started with 4 like pre-assembled factory units and stuff like that? Either way, you're taking it in, you're processing it. Product is steel bar. 10 extractors. Build 10 extractors and place them on the ground. Okay. Now I wonder, like I could do another set like this, right? Okay, here's a depot thing. Presumably it would go all the way to there, but we could also like just find some resource nodes that are pretty thick, right? And we could, I don't have enough resources for this. Can you build, 1 second, factory, assembly plant. Let's be real. We need this. Build extractor. Annual production 12. Needs steel bars. Do you need another depot, perhaps? And you should be doing steel bars. Yo, look at that. We're actually gamers here. We know how productivity works. So we're going to be making extractors. And then, unfortunately, it seems like they need to have a direct connection, right? Like these boys aren't sending their iron to the factory because we didn't build it in the middle. So so we don't really have any way of doing the what I need to do, which is get these other resources there. So what I was hoping to do is maybe make a donut and have one center piece, right? But then we need a way of transporting across land. So 10 extractors. This is going to take a moment here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You just don't have enough resources, do you? And I was going to say I might cut, but really what I should do is, can I disassemble this? Can I... It did give it to me. It did return it to me. So then here, I could make a factory and a factory. You could be iron. Oh, this one could be iron as well. Maybe that would bring it to the base. I'm not sure. But either way, this seems good. And then you... Oh, no, not here. Not here. We're learning how to do this one step at a time. By putting this in this slot, we then can put our assembler here. And now this assembler is going to get fed by 2 factories because of how we managed to set it up. And because the mines are being operated all around this bad boy, we have the same ratio of kind of 2 to 1 to 1. Except instead of 2 to 1 to 1, this one has a 2 to 1 ratio. So 4 to 2 to 1. Let's go ahead and look. There's a speed up button. Lovely. Because this one seems to be missing inputs, right? It needs 3 steel bars. It's 12 per year. This is 30 per year, but it's also limited by iron inputs, right? Then these guys have enough to output. Oh, please, please, please. Steel bars. So you haven't even been building yet. So now, this bad boy, these 2 bad boys are going to be making 60 per year. And presumably this one here is going to be consuming only 36, right? 12 times 3. So we could support a whole other one, but for now, let's go ahead and just throw some of these down. Objective, build 5 factory, place them on the ground, use factory and steel to machine parts. So can I now produce a different item here? Assembly machine, for instance. And you could do depots. So now, or actually no, not depots. Well, depots are fine. Both of these are fine, but that needs mechanical parts. That does need steel bars. So instead of mechanical parts, how do I get mechanical parts, would you say? You guys can make depots, that's fine. You think that's at the factory? Mechanical parts, but they need steel bars? Okay. You can be destroyed then. And we can get a new depot. We don't need to be on super fast speed here, okay? We're trying to rush this too far. I mean, I don't think there's any problem with the time, but, you know. This, if it stored steel bars, right, could go here. And then we could get a factory going. That factory could build mechanical parts, which could then be stored here. Then you just finished one, which is lovely. You can make another factory using mechanical parts. Yo, let's go. And now we let this speed up super fast, you know? It looks like this bad boy is actually getting enough iron from all these miners, but we can add one to it. We have a lot that aren't being used right now, unfortunately, but that's just because we have a lack of, well, several things. You think these mineral quantity, yeah, so these are going to run out at one point or another, but for now we're good. There is something. Oh, you have not been set to mechanical parts. There we go. So now that's going to cause these to flow through. Now, I wonder if I put... I need more steel bars to go to this point here. How do I make that happen? Right, because I don't have any logistics yet. That's kind of like what's killing us. So let's go... You know what I'll do? I think I'm going to put a cut in here while we get this basic industry up. I think everyone's kind of following the feed. And I'm going to bring you in once we get to our next objective here, which is to create various structures and just get a supply chain going. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay. Briefly stopping in again. We have expanded production, I don't know, doubling it at least. And what I've done is just created more of these kind of circular donut mining apparatus. And I'm trying to get more extractors. In fact, let's be real. we can destroy some of this infrastructure that isn't doing much. This is a really low value producer over here, to be honest. It's not really getting enough resources quickly enough, but we'll leave it as like the backup production. These pieces over here are additional rings to just blast out a lot of an individual product, whereas these ones here are filing in, giving us a lot of mechanical parts. And you'll see that I've unlocked trucks. So we are moving towards better logistics on the planet over in the New Jakarta region. And what are trucks going to do? Well, down here, as you can see, this needs to be told to make concrete. I'm extracting sulfur to make concrete, and I'm turning that concrete into road sections and road stops. So I'm very soon going to be able to create truck stops and supply centers. And the supply center says supply cities with resources it needs to grow. So right now we have quite a bit of industry kind of happening, a little sulfur extraction here, a lot of iron over here, and we are ready to start moving towards supplying cities with some raw resources. I don't know what they need on the planet. There are lots of deposits around, but we'll see soon. Okay, so it turns out if we zoom way in on New Jakarta, there is actually a city here. So this is where we need the supply depot to go. And if we click on New Jakarta, requires resources and waste disposal depending on their size, population 3. What do you need, Jakarta? What do you need? Reach a population of 10, bring it the resources it requires. Well, we're gonna figure that out, aren't we? Okay, so we built a road and we started huffing her across Mars, a little past this fluorite field, and all the way. Oh, we ran out of road. What do you know? So our base of operations is currently all the way over here. So what we've decided to do, double down on producing road segments. We need way more road segments than we need the end of road segments, because this is a long haul. I'm not sure what they need, but if it's not fluorite ore or sulfur, then they're going to need to go all the way over here, because that's where the aluminum and everything else is. So I'm still trying to figure this out, but apparently New Jakarta wants something, and I need to get it to them. Okay, I figured out that you can go into the road stops and add a destination. So I sent a destination of New Jakarta, and I said, send them the steel bars. So we can just add trucks to this logistics line, and I'll keep adding them because it's a pretty long haul, as long as they're getting filled up. And I have no idea whether New Jakarta even wants this steel, but if they do, then I'll be sure to send them even more. The first truck is all the way back here. It is hauling a steel bar, and it is going to get here pretty soon. So we'll see. Actually, you know what? Let's just high speed it. Triple speed. Let's watch them run, man. Watch them run. I just expected this to have a stop as well. So bam, let's see. Are you gonna? No. Great. Well, that was awesome. What if I said you are a stockpile for steel bars? Oh! What? Supply New Jakarta. Supply. It needs concrete! Oh, man. Oh, man. So we put this here, and we say get concrete. Then it's actually going to input it. Okay. Okay. New plan. Let's get concrete. Okay. Okay. I decided, what if we used our road network technology to kind of streamline the extraction of resources? It turns out you can only do one A to B link. Like, I can't have both of these points go to a single one. But by putting down a bunch of trucks and telling them to go wild, we can get a whole bunch of sulfur delivered over here and then stockpile it into a massive stockpile. And this here is scalable. Like, we could keep adding depots, we could keep adding factories, and that way our factory is disconnected from the actual resource extraction. So we don't have to do this spaghetti kind of factory extraction intertwining, which I'm super fan of. Like, it's crazy. So let's take this road stop, and you can go all the way to New Jakarta. And you can't because there is a stupid steel bar link happening between there because I didn't know what they needed, but now I do. So set destination all the way to here. And you're going to bring concrete, baby. And let's have a quick peek here. Lots of concrete to go. So we're just going to say, load them up, baby. I don't know that this drone can go fast enough. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, let's go. More. Oh, he had to go do some other stuff. So one of the trucks went out without anything. But like, you know, here we go, baby. Keep working. This poor drone. Now, I can make this a faster process by adding another drone here for concrete. And that way, look, there's now 2 of them and they're balancing the load. And I think that having 2 waves of trucks going out with some intermittent ones in between is going to work out pretty well. We have a huge convoy. Let's speed this up. It's the 12th year. And my God, these boys have to get pretty far. Not going to lie. But hey, they're doing their darndest. Let's get another bunch of trucks on the road here and see, is this going to satisfy the needs of the people? They got 1 concrete. Let's keep going, baby. This is a concrete depot. Okay, so it knows. Bam, 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 bam. And just like that, they should be happy, and they are supplied. So this city should now be growing. It's growing at 100% growth rate. Let's speed this up even 4. Population of 4. And now it's going to be creating new locations, and eventually it's going to keep growing and asking for more and more products. So I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. Hopefully they need steel bars in the future. Oh, look at that. Population 8. Either way, I'll stop by when I know exactly what they need. But there we go. Aluminum bars, carbon, O2, all the things they need to survive, baby. Let's see how that can go. O2 is next on the list. Okay. So our next goal is to get aluminum processes started up and stuff. So I've just started the mining here, but I wanted to also step in and say, look at this. I've also done a more mature iron mining to like electrical components style piece, where these bad boys are getting iron. It's being smelted into steel. It's then being shipped over here where it's being turned into products, which I think is really great. And then that turns it into some mechanical pieces. Again, this is our scalable production. This is a scalable concrete piece. We unlock these fancy star towers, which allow us to label our spots. So we've got our basic iron from the start of the game, road production, concrete, and now this is going to be I put this in, and we can say this is going to be steel, right? So this is our steel area. We can expand this as we need more iron. And then this bad boy up here, we can go ahead and put this down here. Aluminum. Now it's kind of obvious what it is just based on the resource deposits, but as they get covered with infrastructure, you can see that it adds a lot of like tinge to the map and stuff. So, you know, this will just help us in the long run know where everything is. It might get cluttered, but I think that there's just going to be a high density in certain pockets where there's resources. And then over here, we can see that we're still looking for O2 to be dropped off. So that's going to be the next thing that we're looking to do is create O2, and that involves carbon and steel. So without further ado, let's see that happen. So I'm now looking at the recipe. Atmospheric extractor, which is what we need, needs mechanical parts and aluminum bars. So we need to create an area that's going to have access to both of those resources. So let's get building. Okay, don't hate me, but I've gone ahead and I've doubled the production here, and we're shipping it down to a facility that can consume everything that we need to consume. to make atmospheric extractors, the mechanical parts and the aluminum bars. Now, the reason I say don't hate me is because I've created a nightmare hellscape of truck traffic. You know, I'm hoping that they're all EV trucks that have zero carbon emissions and whatnot. Actually, no, never mind. I need carbon emissions. We're terraforming the planet. We need to heat this baby up. So I hope these are all the dirtiest diesel gasoline trucks this planet has to offer. So either way, we're having a good time. I went ahead and moved my camera over to the left side because I realized that a lot of the menus I open up details in the bottom right. That seemed bad. Down in the bottom left, I am covering up the latitude and stuff. That's not fun, actually. I should lift myself up just a little bit so you can see the temperature stuff. You can see the temperature maxes at 68 degrees and minus 68 and minus 44. I hope that's Celsius. And then we can see that this is all just dirt or road or factories and whatnot. Anyways, with that said, we finally have atmospheric extractors being built. Let's, for the sake of argument, throw one down. It needs carbon. And then it produces oxygen. Now, carbon and everything else is being extracted from the atmosphere, it would seem. Very, very cool. So I'm not sure this is where I want to build this little farm because we're already causing a lot of issues around here. Why not, right? Why not just build it adjacent to where it needs to go? So this goes here. We put a stockpile there. This stockpile is going to hold the O2 that we're going to be delivering. Real quick, let's just put a road down. And over here, just not very far from it, let's go ahead and make our carbon O2 items here. So this is O2, and then baby, let's go. So that's a pretty slow process to be created, and then we can set the destination there. Ship O2s, put a whole bunch of trucks on it, call it a day. Arguably, you can make little chains with these, I've realized. I don't really use it that much in practice, but this is kind of a great opportunity to just scale like this. And what will happen is as things get used at this end of the line, the depots will actually send them forward. So there's a chance that we just build this out like this and then maybe even have the road go further down. So let's go ahead. We'll start with this. We have enough of these to throw down. We actually are building them quite quickly. And let's see if this actually works. So ×3, you can see them being built. We're going to up the number of trucks, just an absurd amount. And you can see that they're actually shipping them down and into the trucks pretty reasonably quick. Let's go up here and look at you. You are super happy, so you're producing very quickly. New Jakarta is now growing again. We do have a small issue. That small issue is that I need another road segment here so I can start another origin destination. This will be O2, and what we need is to be able to say, hey, I want you to send trucks from here. Let's make a direct line so there's not as much insanity going on. You go from here to here with O2, and we'll put about 10 trucks on it. This one here, I put 15. Let's remove some. So there you go. And this one should be supplied pretty readily, though just to make sure it stays good, let's put a weird storage piece down there. And yeah, seems good. And that's going to be able to supply both of them. This is really, it feels like an inefficient use of supply depots. But at the same time, supply depots are very inexpensive to make. The only thing I need to do is actually increase how much of them I'm making, because all they need is a little bit of steel. So here we have a bunch of excess steel. What I could do is get some steel depots on the other side, and then we could put some of these down and say, you guys, please build depots out of steel bars, right? And then as soon as a new one comes in, why are these trucks not depositing? Steel, you should grab this. Why are you not grabbing it? It's kind of annoying me because I know I can just put this up here and it would be fine, but I don't want to leech off of that production completely. But apparently these ones aren't grabbing. Oh, there we go. So it finally grabbed. There's a lot of competition, it would seem, for it. So maybe I just do this. This is way too many either way. So this little leech is probably fine. Let's not overdo it. This last segment will produce pads. So with that said, let's go back to Jakarta. And maybe we can do... Oh, it's already gotten bigger. It's got 2 things growing pretty quick. I could probably even set up another one if I wanted to keep shipping concrete. Right? Like just another delivery zone. And then this one here could go like this. And then you copy a concrete. And then what we need is more concrete being shipped. Here we have one little rondel, but I could very easily say, hey, could you, sorry for how jumpy that is. Could you go here with your concrete and we'll assign another 10 trucks to that. So that should be good. And with that said, let's just high speed little time lapse of this city being built up. Yo, let's go. Wind farm, baby. Annual demand going up, annual demand being satisfied, and the annual demand like means that we need to ship more and more and more. So I'm really happy that I scaled my production to be as high as I did, because look at all of this, baby. It is growing. Now, one thing that we can do is there's actually 2 other city locations on the map. We could definitely go down there and set those up to be growing as well. But for now, this kind of feels good. We got to grow the population to 100, and just like that, we are absolutely getting there. And the demo is completed, just like that. So I hope you enjoyed the demo. This was a lot of fun for me. I actually did have a really good time. This is set to concrete. These trucks should actually be 20. And just like that, we could keep growing the city further and further. But now we need reinforced concrete. Interesting. So unfortunately in the demo, we don't have what it takes to build reinforced concrete. And that means that these cities are probably set to just not grow. Let's see, 114. Yeah, I think they might even be hard coded to just not go. But next up, we would get depots, polymers, and just like that, the supply chain would dramatically grow and grow and grow. And you can even see here how all of the trucks, right, all of that oxygen stuff did filter down. So I could put down, not 2 of these. I could put down one of these here and say O2 farm, right? And I could even do more trucking to make this more efficient in terms of not doing this weird whatchamacallit. Oh, these weren't producing. Look at that, solved. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. This was really quite the fun demo. I really want to get into more of the terraforming elements, just like Ad Astra per Aspera. The start game is really all about getting that first industry down and sustaining some humans, but most people are interested in playing the game for the terraforming elements, and we are absolutely not getting any of that in the demo. But there was enough here to chew on that I think that they could certainly do something nice. And I know that they have a lot of little map modes up here for resources and where the water is and whatnot. The random generation of planets is interesting. We should have maybe done a South Pole thing. Wow, look at that. Let's go back to the main map mode. Quite the volcano. I wonder if we can do anything with the volcanoes. Look at that rock. You know, massive rocks and ravines. New Guangzhou. Concrete just down the road. We could have grown this city up to 100. Down here, concrete readily available. Could ship that up to New Lahore. And here's the thing, is as this grows, this city, if you look at the trailer, some of them are massive swaths. So now you need like train lines and whatnot, and you're all trying to get resources into the city, but now you need to hook on different nodes and access it from different directions, while it organically grows and expands around your original road. So I hope you enjoyed. I sure did. I will see you next time. Ciao for now.